Today we're working on a 2002 Honda CR250R Showa dual cartridge style fork tube. And what we're going to be doing today is replacing the seals and the bushings and the oil. So first thing we're going to want to do to get started is take the end cap off. We're going to want to drain the oil out of the tube. And we're going to need our 50mm fork cap tool to do that. And go ahead and just spin her all the way out, just like that. Once you get that done, just go ahead and slide it down just a little bit. And we're going to pour the oil out. We're going to show you just how to pour the oil out. We're going to go ahead and slide the tube back up and screw it on temporarily. Now we need to remove the piston rod bolt from the piston rod in order to pull this thing apart. Go ahead and flip it over. And right here it's a piston rod bolt. And remember, make sure that you loosen the dampener screws all the way out. Then we're just going to crack this nut loose. And screw it all the way up. Once you feel like it's all the way loose, it's still going to be in there. Just go ahead and stand the fork up on end and give the fork a push down. It's definitely loose there. You're going to want to grab a crescent wrench, push this down, and slide it right under this notch. Just like so on the piston rod. That way you can remove the piston rod cap. So you just put an end wrench. And this nut shouldn't be too tight. It's aluminum on aluminum, so if it's really tight, there's something wrong. So go ahead and remove the piston rod cap. You can hear it clicking as it comes out. Like so. Now we can go ahead and push the shock down, remove the crescent wrench. And there you have it. The next step, removing the dust seal. You can just use a flathead screwdriver for this. Get her down there in the crack. Just work it around like so. We don't have to worry about damaging the old seals because we're going to replace them. Like that, dust seal. Next step is, there's a retaining clip in there holding the main seal. Like so. Retaining clip removed. Now what you want to do is find the end of the shock point. And you're going to use it kind of like a slide hammer to pop the old bushing out. Like so. Now we're ready to replace the fork bushings and fork seals. So you want to grab the bottom fork leg, which the axle goes through right here. And at the top bushing, you notice there's a slit in it. You're just going to want to take a little flathead screwdriver, get her in there and give it a little twist. Pops right out. When you pull the stuff out, you want to make sure and keep it in order. Everything goes in order. That way we get it put back on the same way. So, outer bushing, inner bushing, washer, oil seal, retainer clip, and mask the dust seal. And before we try to put our new bushings on and our new seals, we're going to use the seal bullet. Helps the seals go over this nasty little groove. Could actually cut the seal. Right down in there is fine. Take a little WD-40, spray it on here. Helps the seals slide over a little easier. Then we're just going to put the new seals on the opposite way we took them off. Starting with the dust seal. Retainer clip. Oil seal. Double lip towards the oil. Then we go ahead and remove the seal bullet. Washer. Inner bushing and the outer bushing, which clicks on around this little groove that we use the seal bullet to protect the seals from. You can actually hear it click in. Just like that. Then we're going to go ahead and start putting them back together. Now we're actually going to put the seals back into the outer fork tube. Set this in nice and easy. You just want to get it in there about 6 or 8 inches or so, and then let the inner bushing and the washer, that's going to be the first step. Let them seat down in there. That's when your seal driver comes into use. Go ahead and put the seal driver on. And put that inner bushing and that washer in. Doesn't take much. Hear the sound difference? It's seated. Doesn't take much. Don't overdo it. Take that off. Now we're going to go ahead and hammer the seal in. The actual oil seal. Push it down, get it nice and seated. Put this back on. Same thing, don't need to hammer it in there. Doesn't take much. You can hear the sound difference. Nice and solid there. It's in. And if you take a look inside, you can see where the retaining clip groove is. If you can see that, it's in all of it. It's in far enough. So go ahead and drop the retaining clip in. Give it a little push. Use a seal driver to set it in place. You can hear it click when it's in. And now the dust seal. You're just going to go ahead and put that on my hand. You can just use your 2 fingers and kind of seat it in. Just like so. So now that we've got our new fork seals in, we can go ahead and start getting this back together. Go ahead and compress it a little. What we're going to do now is install the spring. You can tell which way it goes, which way is dirty, Which way is clean? Just lower that in there real easy. Okay, after you do that, pull it halfway out. Now it's time to lower the cartridge. Nice and easy. And slide the tube up. We're going to screw the cap on temporarily, just to hold it in place. Now go ahead and flip it over. And we're going to need the crescent wrench again to lock the piston rod so we can put the piston rod bolt back on. Like so. When we put the piston rod bolt on, we're going to put the dampener rod adjustment. And it won't quite go all the way down, because you need to give it a little turn, and then it'll drop right down. It has a flat edge. Now time for the nut. You got to turn it just the right way. Fall right down there. Go ahead and start screwing it on. Once it's to the point where you can't turn it by hand anymore, go ahead and put a wrench on there. And a socket on the nut. Remember, it's aluminum on aluminum. Doesn't need to be super tight. Once it's snug, just give it a little, just that. That's good. Don't overdo it. Now we're going to want to compress this again. Remove the crescent wrench. Very easily so the bolt centers. Now we're going to go ahead and screw that piston rod bolt in. We're not going to worry about tightening it yet, but we're going to get it all the way snug. Okay. Now it's time to add the oil. So we're going to flip it over here. Unscrew the top cap. This particular fork is 14 ounces of oil. We're using just 5-weight fork oil. That's what's recommended for the Showa fork. Just pour it in nice and easy. Okay, now go ahead and slide the fork tube back up. Screw it together. What I'm going to do is put this back on the bike, put it in the triple clamps, tighten it up, and snug this top bolt and the lower piston rod bolt. That way it's nice and secure. I don't have to chase it all around the floor. And that's how it's done. Pretty simple.